So we have to go. I don't know if at the beginning of the show you have seen the episode title and the number. I think this is week 5. Yay for us. But I get the title actually from each guest. This show is built and made for inspiration for you, the viewer, for me, for the person sitting in that chair, and every guest I talk to says something that sticks with me. And so I've decided that each show is going to be titled after the thing or things that they say to me that really move me. So take a look at that, and if there's something that they say throughout the show that resonates with you, let me know, because I think everybody has a great story, and we are all in this together, and if we actually talk to one another, you would see how much we have in common, and it's amazing to connect to people that you wouldn't talk to on the street, and you wouldn't talk to anywhere else, but here, we're all friends, and I love that about this show. You know what else I love? Coffee. I'm going to go warm up my coffee, and I'm going to meet you at the desk. Let's start the show.
Make your day richer than it was before. Got some good times knocking upon your front door. It's the Richard Wilmore Show.
For my theme song, we filmed something last week with an awesome guy. His name is Aaron, and he's an actor, and he's an artist, and we painted, and there's paint all over my desk, and it's kind of fun. So I'm thinking we should do an art piece of my desk. Alright, we don't have a ton of time, do we? No. And Kyoko, you're going to take up most of it, but we have something fun to do right away. Before, let me get this, and then we'll start. We have giveaways. A couple weeks ago, I think it was our second week, Carlos was on, Carlos Salinas, and he's an author, and he gave us books to give away, and we asked you to retweet the picture, and like the picture on Instagram, and share the show, and you did, a lot of you did, so we're going to give away, we're going to pick names right now. I'm going to need you to move, you don't want to move. I'm going to show the books, because I want to make sure you can get these on Amazon. Go to our website, go to the sponsors link, click on Amazon, order those books, unless you're one of the persons who are going to win right now, okay? So I'm going to do this. For the first book we're going to give away is The Little Book of Big Quotes Volume 1, alright? We have a lot of names. Season 1, when we did this, we had like 5 names. And we had quite a few this year, so that's awesome. We're growing. All right, ready? This is the first one from Instagram. Cadillac Music. You want a book? You want a book? So DM us and give us your address, and we'll send that out to you. That's fun. God, I love giving away stuff. The next one, The Poems, Volume 1. Who's that going to be? Let me see. This is from Twitter. Kisses for Us All. You want a book? Again, DM us your address, we'll get that out to you. And last but not least, this is for Got the Flow. This is the really cool book that actually has a musical component. So you like read the book, and then you go on, there are links to YouTube, and then you listen to the recordings of the music that the kid in the book wrote. It's awesome. Okay. And that is from Instagram user Tim Peterson. Yay! It's awesome. So give us your addresses, not in public, but let us know. email us, richardwillmoreshow@gmail.com, and we'll get those out to you. Right, Kyoko? Yes, thank you. Okay, that can go over here, out of my way. That's done. Do I have a, let's see. Make sure that's done. What did we do this weekend? We had fun this weekend. We went to an art opening at Musical Bridges Around the World, which we're going to be working with them and filming some stuff with them. It's an amazing nonprofit in San Antonio that brings musical acts from around the world to San Antonio and into the inner city schools. And they're free and open to the public, and they work with some theaters, and it is awesome. So we went to an opening there, and I love my new friend Anya, who runs it, who founded it. We're going to be doing an interview with her soon. She came here in 1989 from Russia, not knowing a word of English, and has now celebrating the 20th year of Musical Bridges Around the World. So that is awesome, and thank you to her. Congratulations to her and her company. So check them out if you can, and you can, because the internet is an amazing place. We also, on Saturday night, I spent the night crying. We went to the public theater here in San Antonio, and we saw the one-man show, Where Did We Sit on the Bus? It's written and performed by Brian Chioda. Chioda? Yes, Chioda. Chioda? Chioda. Chioda. And he'll probably yell at me if I'm saying that wrong. I cried through the entire. It's amazing. It was an amazing show. He's touring with it. He's going back to New York to do a play, and he grew up outside of Chicago, and it's about his childhood and learning where they sat on the bus. They are in school and learning about Rosa Parks, and he goes home to ask his father, who I think is from El Salvador, where do we sit on the bus? Where's that answer? And it was amazing. No matter where you come from, no matter how you grew up, you could relate to this. We left and Jay was like, wow, there's a lot I could relate to growing up as a poor black kid and moving around and just all of his life experiences. And I said, I know, I felt the same way. And I grew up in a little town in northern Wisconsin with nobody but white people. You know, it was so great. And I was like, I know I cried through most of you. It's like, yeah, I hurt you. I'm like, oh, sorry. I tried not to do like the ugly, like, cry, but it was so good. And then I was mad because we went home. I was looking him up on Facebook because, of course, now I want to be his friend. And we were already friends on Facebook. So I was mad that I didn't know that, or I would have messaged him to hang out and do an interview before. It was really good. You need to look him up, and you need to go find him, and you need to buy his recordings, and you need to support this guy because he is awesome. There. Thank you. Am seen. Done. Next. What's next? We're going to be in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Get ready. We're coming the 5th through the 9th. So if you are there, and you are talented, and you would like to be on camera and talk to me and be on this show, email me, richardwillmoreshow@gmail.com, and let's figure something out, okay? Okay, good. Thank you. Last thing. We're very excited. I'm going to check this quick. We are almost at 500 likes on Instagram, which is very fun for me. Now let me see what are we at now? We are literally at, right now, 498. So I need you to go on Instagram, and I need you to follow the show, at Rich Wilmore Show. And the 500th person, and maybe by the time you're watching this, we've already hit it. But we're going to send you a free mug. And maybe a t-shirt if I'm feeling nice that day. You never know. Maybe I won't be. So go on there. Like us, please. Would you? Thank you. Okay, that's it. We have to go. We have a great show today. We're going to sing. Well, we're not going to sing. Joe's going to sing. And then we're going to talk to him. And it's going to be a really fun show. So I'm going to go and stop talking. We'll be right back.
talk, you understand. I'd love to stay outside today, can't be that day. You show me things I'm not ready to see. Feels like you're where I'm supposed to be. Feels like I'm supposed to stay. True love is a unicorn, a mermaid in the sea. Good luck can't be hard, don't ever set a unicorn free. You show me things I thought were make believe. Make you feel like you're where I'm supposed to be. Feels like I'm supposed to stay. I finally talked to you today. After 10 weeks and 2 days, you said you ain't mad or bitter and it's all be okay. You didn't want to say, pull me in all the way. Make you feel like you're where I'm supposed to be. Make you feel like I'm supposed to stay. Anytime I'm anywhere, it's where I miss you most. Ain't been anywhere if we didn't live, 'cause I know I'll see our ghosts. You and me, one entity that haunts me away. Makes me feel like you're where I'm supposed to be. Feels like I'm supposed to stay. I finally talked to you today. 10 weeks and 2 days. You said you ain't mad or bitter and it's all be okay. And you want to say, pull me in all the way. Make me feel like you're where I'm supposed to be. Feels like I'm supposed to stay. Supposed to be. Feels like I'm supposed to stay. One day we'll be everything that we're supposed to be. I don't know why I'm supposed to stay.
Leave anywhere. We're going to be right back with Joe right after this. We are back. Joe, thank you so much for that. That was awesome.
Appreciate it, thank you.
What's the title of that song that you just played?
That song is called One Day, and I'm fixing to go in the beginning of March to go record my my album at Armored Star Studio in Austin,
Awesome.
and that'll be the first track on there.
Is this going to be your first album?
Yes, this will be my first album solo. I've recorded with a band called Monkeys Doing It before at a Pergonales studio in Austin, and I only played guitar on that, and since I've done a lot of songwriting and changed my musical direction, and yeah, this is going to be my first deal.
So you'll come back
Absolutely.
and play again, and
Absolutely.
we'll release that. I want to talk about you for a little bit. I want to know a little bit about being a stay-at-home father. I think that's awesome.
It is very awesome, and I take a lot of pride in that right now. My daughter Amelia, she's You know, she's 6, and then I got my son Eli, and you know, he's 9 months, and my wife works in the medical field, and she pretty much brings home the bacon, and I've been lucky enough to get the experience of raising 2 babies from come home from the hospital to this, you know. And,
when we talked on the phone, I thought it was really cool that you were like, yeah, my wife makes more money than I am, so that's why I did, so that's why I'm home. I like that. I think it's important to kind of. Did you get any like grief for it from friends, or I suppose
not really, because you know I've always done chef work, and that's always been my thing. And so I was still doing private chef gigs on the weekend and in evenings, and playing music gigs and bringing home a little bit of money, but you know, not the kind of money to raise 2 kids on.
This is why I don't have kids, because I play talk show host in a bedroom.
Yeah.
Are any of your kids musical yet? Do you know?
Amelia loves musical instruments. She has all kinds. She has a guitar at home. She has keyboard, drums, percussion, and yeah, we have little play around jam sessions.
You know how to play the drums?
And she can keep a little beat, right?
That's been a dream of mine to learn how to play the drums. Can you come back and show me how?
After some practice, right?
I'm gonna need a lot of practice. What about your family? Like, are you the only musical one, or?
Oh no, I picked up music from my grandfather, and it was one of those things where it wasn't pressed on us, but growing up, it was one of those deals where when you walked into my grandparents' house, in the den, there was the corner with the guitars and stuff, and you either, you know, I took a shine to it, they noticed that. My grandpa gave me a guitar when I was about 11. My uncle played, I had a cousin that played, and we were the musically inclined ones, I guess you could say. And it's the gene is in there.
That's not. I got kicked out of band. I used to, like in 5th grade, I played the trumpet.
Yeah.
Or I played the trumpet, but I never wanted to practice. So I would go home and I would write like 3 little circles on a piece of paper, and then darken in which one I had to press during band.
Oh, yeah.
So, and then the band teacher said, maybe you should switch instruments. And so I switched to something else, and then like 2 weeks later, he was like, I don't think you should be in band anymore, and then I quit.
Yeah, I played drums in band in junior high and high school because there was no guitar. There was no like jazz band or anything like that. And I went to a really rural school in high school, and so there was no jazz band kind of, so I was forced to be a percussion player.
How long have you been playing the guitar?
Since I was about 11 or 12, I've been playing guitar, and I've always played in other bands that had singers, so I always contributed to songwriting, but I always played, you know, writing for another singer, and doing my own singing and songwriting is something that I've been doing for about the past 3 years. And so I've been working a lot more on like rhythm playing, different picking patterns rather than just going and playing leads and stuff for other bands, you know.
Or we were talking before, I don't know if you want to throw that out there, about looking for band members.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I love doing what I do, but I'm definitely looking for a very talented vocalist to kind of get behind and build a band around that, you know, and you know, I'd like to, you know, give doing music as a living another shot. You know, I tried it, and you know, you got stuff you got to deal with in life. Life happens, and you know, now I'm in a position where like I can give it another good kick, and I want to try. And so yeah, you know, just trying to find some people around San Antonio area to kind of band down with and do kind of a you know, an original type sounding country, more rootsy, Americana, bluesy type stuff.
I think I found you because you were going out somewhere. You were performing somewhere. Are you?
Yes. Since I got into San Antonio, I've been playing at Graze the Yard Street Food Park over on Shanefield Road. The guys at Cilantro Food Truck in Juan down there have been really nice to me, and I was playing out there on Saturdays. The weather's been a little more. You know, yeah. So yeah, but once you know spring starts rolling around, she'll be out there again. And I've been looking for places to play, but not too hard. You know, like I said, the full-time dad thing is still full time, and in the meantime, I am working on stuff to go into the studio, and I'm gonna, you know, record my own vocal tracks, rhythm guitar tracks, percussion tracks, and lead tracks. So there's a lot of work that goes into each song, and that's kind of what I'm doing right now, is tightening up screws rather than focusing on playing out. Once the album's out and I have something to get behind, I'll focus more on trying to get gigs and push a little. You know.
Yeah, and kind of go on a tour with it.
Absolutely.
That'd be awesome. What's the Texas music scene like?
It depends on what you're into. It is out there, and the thing about the Texas music scene is you will not know about it if you do not go out there and witness it for yourself. And it is important to get out there and support local music and musicians and find out what you like and help support those people and get them somewhere, because there's a lot of great musicians. Back where I'm from in Corpus Christi, one of my favorites is Ty Dietz and a band called Hobo, and they just write the greatest music, and I go to their shows and just watch these incredible shows, and you know, they have a minimal following, but it's like, I just feel like if they, you know, had a bigger following and you know, more people knew about them, they'd actually do something. So yeah, you know, I think the music scene is out there, and it's just a matter of being aware of it, looking for shows, finding out what you like, and then you'll find similar bands and, really get in on a scene.
It seems like there's talent everywhere. We were in Austin a couple weeks ago. I think every bar we went into, someone was there. Either there was a band or there was someone singing, there was someone doing something. And
yeah, it's very saturated, definitely, and that's why I think it's important to kind of just do yourself. I mean, easy to get tempted to want to do what so-and-so is doing or kind of want to follow suit, but be true to yourself as an artist and always have something that you can give people where they can only come get it from you,
I like that. Yeah. Who are you listening to right now?
My favorite songwriter at the moment is Chris Knight, and my favorite band of all time is Reckless Kelly. And I'm a diehard Reckless Kelly fan, Chris Knight. There's a lot of new guys out right now, like there's a guy named Culture Wall that I absolutely love, a guy out of Dallas, Fort Worth named AJ LeGrand that I'm absolutely in love with this guy's music. Blake Torrey, another guy out of Dallas, Fort Worth area, just coming out with some really cool, just nice country music. Yeah, those are my guys right now. I don't really mix it up a lot. I get kind of stuck on something and I listen to it for months and then something new will pop up and I'll mix it in there and just rotate it.
I end up having the same CD in my car for like 4 years and I'm like, oh crap.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, really? Really? You're still
I try and keep up with what's going on in the modern stuff, but like I said, I still listen. There's, like Reckless Kelly I've been listening to since almost high school and they still are producing new music, so it's great to have bands like that that, are still doing stuff. Robert Earl Keen, that guy's been around forever, still doing great stuff. I'm really eclectic, like I listen to a lot of the older stuff and the new stuff, and then I listen to a lot of stuff, like in high school, you were forced to play in like alternative music bands and classic rock bands just to be in bands. So, you find stuff you like there, and I love Rolling Stones, Guns N' Roses, Cypress Hill, I just have different stuff that I like really find something about them that I'm like, yeah, I can listen to that.
Something you connect with.
Yeah.
I'm assuming your kids inspire you a lot with music writing?
Absolutely. Directionally, they changed my direction, musically. When I was playing music in my 20s with the band, 3 nights a week and then cooking 2-3 nights a week, just running myself into the ground, it was a totally different lifestyle. And, you write from a different place a little faster and, on that nightlife. And now it's like, I'm at home and I do most of my writing in the morning with a cup of coffee before the kids wake up. Instead of like 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning after a show.
It's a different kind of life, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. I just moved to San Antonio in October. So back home in Corpus, I had my, 4 little spots, 3 or 4 spots that I was playing. Got to give a shout out to my boy Marcus out at Nucky's Cocktail Bar in Kingsville, letting me play there all the time. Erica at Vic's Place in Mathis. Mario over at the Oso Pier. There's like just places like that. You just got to give shout outs to those people because, like out here I haven't found my little places where I can, get my crowds in yet. Down there I already had like a little following, so up here I'm kind of just starting out fresh. And that's kind of my main goal is to work on this album, to have a product to get behind when I go out there and do start playing. In the meantime, I'm on Instagram, Poncho Nefford. It's my boy's alias. But yeah, there's little clips and stuff of me playing on there. I'm not a big social media guy.
But if you do DM him, he will DM you back.
Absolutely.
Is what I learned.
If you go to my Instagram, you find me at Poncho Nefford. That is the only place that I am active.
Okay. So if you want him to come to your bar or wherever, get him on there and get him.
Absolutely. If you need me to come audition, whatever, I don't care.
All right, good. Well, I look forward to having you back.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you so much. This has been very fun.
We're going to be right back. Go look him up. Go book him. Let's get him some gigs. All right?
Thank you.
We'll be right back. Show, everyone. Thanks for watching this week. I'm excited for next week. We have a great show. Also, thanks to our new sponsor on our website. Yeah, I see you. Roku. Why aren't we on Roku? We should be on Roku. I don't understand why we're not on any of these things. Amazon, Sling TV, Roku. You're all on my website. Let's get our show on there, huh? You should write them, will you? Or tweet them, or however this works. I'm not quite sure. I'm just here. We'll see you next week. Check out our website and our sponsors. Use us. We have Amazon on there. If you buy through our link on Amazon, it helps support the show. Target's on there. A ton of other people. It's really awesome. Go check out our website, richardwilmore.com. I'll stop talking now. Goodbye. Have a great week. I love you.
Make your day richer than it was before. Got some good times knocking upon your front door. It's the Richard Wilmore Show.